Hi everyone, welcome to another art journal tutorial on my YouTube channel. And today I wanted to share an art journal page where the focal point of this art journal page are die cuts from element packs. Now, element packs by CrafTangles has some beautiful designs, and you have seen me use a couple of them in one of my art journal page as decorative embellishments. However, in this particular project, I wanted to use them as the core focal point of my project. Here, my page is already covered with some colors from leftover projects and some stamping. So what I'm doing is I am kind of adding some white gesso on top of it. So first what it will do is it will kind of mute those colors, and it will also give me a primed surface to start off with. Remember, if you are doing a mixed media project, it is always important that you gesso your surface because we normally do a lot of stenciling, watercolor, spraying on top of it, and you don't want your paper to soak in all that and at the end of the day tear down. So first thing that I use for my background is some liquid acrylics by CrafTangles. So this is the brown shade, and the best part about these liquid acrylics are they are transparent in nature. So even though they are acrylics and they will dry permanent, they still give you that transparent effect that we all love in our watercolors. So I really like that even after, adding that brown color, you can still see through the layers of browns and blues that I had earlier on my page, on top of which I added a light layer of gesso. Now, once that is dry, I am using the same colors that were already present on the background paper, which was browns and blues. Now to add blue here, I'm using Denim Blue Craft Spray. So this is by CrafTangles. It's an art spray. It's an extremely concentrated color. So you will see me use very little bit of it and then spread it with water. So you can either spread it with water or, apply with brush or directly by spray. It all depends on how you want to use. Personally, I just wanted to add a little bit of splashes of blue here and there between brown colors. Now, while I applied these, I felt that, that kind of brown was kind of taken away from the page. And that is why I went back and added a little bit of same brown on top of my page. Once that is dry, I use this mixed media stencil by CrafTangles. Now, these mixed media stencils by CrafTangles are perfect if you are an art journal or a mixed media lover or even a decoupage lover, because these have multiple designs in them. And I really like how the script, damask, and the art deco pattern that is there. And I wanted a bits and pieces of each and every design in my paper, and that is why I'm particularly using this particular stencil. Now I have applied a coat of the stencil through some texture paste. So this is white texture paste. And here you can see that I wanted to use some leftover die cut pieces that I had. And just to add some more interest and time the colors, what I'm doing is I am adding some brown colored stenciling of the same stencil on top of those die cuts. So it will add pattern to the die cuts, and it will also add the color to the die cut, same as the page colors that we are going for. And once I gessoed it, because we'll be doing spraying etc. on top of it, I have added some blue color here and there again to tie in the colors of the background. Now here I have started composing my art journal page. For that, I'll be using some scrap pieces of pattern papers. Now these are very old scrap pieces of pattern paper that I had lying around, and I'm trying to use them in my art journal project. And before I apply that, just for a little bit of more interest, what I'm doing is I'm taking the same stencil and I'm doing very light ink blending on top of it, so that it kind of gives that self pattern on top of the page. So it feels like it's an old paper which has those patterns which are faded out. So for that, I'm using vintage photo and faded jeans and CrafTangles ink blending brushes. And I'm going with very light hand because I just want very light pattern to come across on the top of page, looking like a faded page. Once I'm happy with how that patterns look, I move on to assembling my focal point and my art journal elements. So I start off with a piece of pattern paper. And then I'll move on to a piece of these leftover die cuts that, we created patterns on. Now here you can see that I felt again, that brown was kind of missing. So I went back with some vintage photo and I added some brown on top of my die cut here and there. Again, there is no rhyme and reason. It's just that I wanted pops of those colors on top of die cut. And then I will select and I will set those die cut pieces, stick those die cut pieces on top of my art journal page to create a layout. So that is what I'll be doing. I'll let you enjoy the process of me creating the layout. And once that is done, I'll come back. So as I had mentioned earlier, I wanted the focus of this art journal page to be element packs. And that is why I'm using these wedding bells element pack element sheet. So this was bride and groom. So I thought it would be perfect that, I created one page for bride and one page for groom. And then I have selected some love sentiment sheets. So these are the sentiments from love sentiment sheets. Again, whatever products, guys, I talk about, they'll all be linked below. So at any point of time, if you are interested in looking at what products I'm talking about, they'll all be linked below in the description of the video. Now, once I stick all those element pack and sentiment sheet, I still felt, that I wanted to add some splatters here and there just to create a more aged and dull look. So for that, I took the same distress ink and same denim blue spray. And I have added splatters of those on top of my art journal page. And whatever was left over, I just smooshed it on top of the next page, which will automatically give me colors for my next page. So that was my mixed media art journal for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next tutorial. I leave you with a lot of close-ups so that you can see all those beautiful, amazing textures that we created on the art journal page. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Till my next tutorial, guys, take care. Bye-bye.